In this video, we'll go over some basic operations in YASC. After launching YASC, we are presented with the YASC console. This is where you control every detail of what you want the audience to see. We open the Track Manager by clicking the Track Manager button in the YASC console. The Track Manager is where tracks and sources are managed. A source can be a page from a PDF file, an image, or a real-time capture of a screen or an application window. Initially, there is a single track called the FreeBoards track. The Track Manager has a number of regions. On the right is the source pasteboard. By default, it has 3 colored sources. In the middle is the collection of all the sources in the selected track. On the top left is a table of all the tracks. Just right of this table is a list of views to which the selected track is assigned. On the bottom left is a collection of the existing screens and application windows that are available for capture. One can refresh this collection by clicking the refresh button at the bottom. One might need to do this when new windows have appeared or certain windows have disappeared. Let us create a new track. We click the plus button and give the track a new name. We will use this track to hold the pages of a music score in PDF format. To import a PDF file, we click the Import PDF button. Once imported, we can see all the pages in the Track Manager. Note that tracks can contain different types of sources. For example, we can insert a white source into our newly created track. To insert a white source into the third position, click on the second source in the track. Select the white source in the source pasteboard and click the left arrow button at the bottom. We'll also insert a green source at the beginning of the track. To do so, we first make sure that none of the sources in the track is selected. We do this by clicking anywhere in the view that is not occupied by a source. We then select the green source and click the left arrow. Finally, let's copy the first page of the music score to the pasteboard. We do this by selecting the page and then clicking the right arrow button under the collection of sources in the track. Let's create another track. This time we call it Browser. Let us open Safari and refresh the collection of windows. The thumbnail for the Safari browser now appears. So we select it and set the maximum capture rate to 24 frames per second. Note that this is only the maximum rate at which the window is captured. We bring this into the browser track by clicking the right arrow button. We'll also bring in the first page of the score from the source pasteboard by clicking the left arrow right under. Let's close the Track Manager and look at the View Navigator in the YASC console. In the View Navigator, you can move boards, zoom in and zoom out, rotate and more. You cannot do any annotation in the View Navigator, however. Right now, there's nothing on the view. That's because the currently selected track is the FreeBoards track and it doesn't have any source. Let's select the Slides track. Now we see a green board. If we press the down arrow key on the keyboard, we'll move to the next board. Alternatively, we can click the down arrow button. To go to the previous board, press the up arrow key or click the up arrow button. Other than using keys and buttons to move among the boards, one can move the scene up or down, left or right via scrolling. On the trackpad, this is invoked via 2-finger scrolling. Note that there is one board in the View Navigator that looks brighter than the others. This board is called the main board. Zooming is achieved via the pinch to zoom gesture on the trackpad or an external tablet that supports it. If at any given time you want to go back to the default view of the main board, click the home button at the bottom or double click anywhere other than a board in the View Navigator display area. We open the Video Device Manager by clicking the Video Device button. As you can see, there are 2 video devices shown here. We are going to attach View 1 to the Dell monitor by clicking the Attach button. For the purpose of this video, the output to the Dell monitor is shown on the lower left. Notice how the View Navigator mirrors what is on the external output, except that we are able to see beyond the boundaries. We can invoke a red pointer via Control click and drag, or right click and drag across the View Navigator. If at any given time we don't want the audience to see anything, we simply detach the view from the video display as we do now. Finally, we take a look at the FreeBoards track. The FreeBoards track can hold a maximum of 4 sources. This track is assigned to all the views automatically. It is designed to be used in conjunction with an ordinary track. Let us import an image of a music staff in the FreeBoards track. Now imagine that we are presenting with the slides in the slides track, and someone in the audience asks a question, and we want to quickly write the answer on a board. For this, we'll drag the FreeBoard with the music staff to the middle. We now go over to the board annotator and start writing. Let's go back to the View Navigator. We can move this board around. We can resize this board by holding down the Control key while zooming in or out. We can also rotate this board by holding down the Control key while rotating. We can also make the board transparent by adjusting the alpha value using the mainboard alpha slider at the bottom. That is it for the introduction. You have now learned the basics for using YASC. Enjoy!